Hold on a second. Let me start the recording. Yeah, we are in the post show. Episode 124 post show. We 123. We may not be on very long, but we're in the post show. Mino's with us. What's the question?
I want to make sure Mino's there before I ask the question. Are you there, Mino?
Oh, he may not be there.
Okay, if he's not there, I'm gonna be right back. Gotta use the bathroom. I probably have about 20 minutes of post show time before I gotta call it a night.
Yeah, we're not going to do a long post show. We'll see if Mino wants to come in and say anything, or if anybody else does. Let us know. But yeah, how's everybody else?
So, yeah, is anyone else going to join us today for our post show or not? Or is it just going to be us four? We shall see as the minutes pass on. But in the meantime, Mark, is there something that we should bring up in post show that isn't Digimon related? Because I don't think you were a fan, it sounds like.
When did Digimon come out?
I remember
I feel like
watching it.
Digimon was kind of after my time.
No, it shouldn't have been too much because you're only a few years older, I think, than me. But yeah, you would have been late teenager probably when it came out. I remember watching the show when I was about 11 or 12 years old when it was new. Like it was new on TV. I was in Okinawa, Japan. I was watching it dubbed on Fox and when they still had a Saturday morning cartoon block. I was not. I liked the Pokemon card game. I remember that, but I did not like the Pokemon show at all. That to me was childish. But I do remember loving Digimon. I thought that the kids were pretty cool in that.
Yeah, Digimon. I mean, I remember when it came out. Digimon came out here in the United States on TV in 1999. So I was in college.
Yes, you're actually. That's why I was like, you're probably a late teenager at least.
Yeah,
I know you're.
Now I didn't really watch Pokemon either. So like I'm like older than that. Now, I mean, I had friends my age who played Pokemon on the NES. I did not play it on the I didn't have a Game Boy, so I didn't play it on the DS. But yeah, the first episode of Indigo League animation was in 1997. So again, I was like 16. Like I watched Power Rangers came out when it came out, but I was like in junior high. So I mean, I grew up with, like, if you want to talk about cartoons, I grew up with G.I. Joe, Transformers, He-Man, Thundercats, Silverhawks, Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Gargoyles. I mean, those are the kind of, like,
I
so
love Gargoyles.
Gargoyles
I
is
remember
a great show.
we had the
Mask.
VHS.
Oh, Zerathi,
The pilot
Mask.
episode.
Yes.
Do you remember it came with like a game, a VHS game you could play, and it had
Yes.
a board and everything? We used to play the junk out of that, and we used to get so mad when Thanatos would pop up on the screen and laugh at us and everything during the game. Oh my gosh! I loved it. Yeah, I was a huge. I loved.
Yeah, I
Gargoyles.
don't think I have my. I don't think it's just because Zerathi was talking about it. I don't think I have my. I don't think I have my sound on, but yeah, you can see I have my. I have my '80s soundtrack theme with the Mask theme. Thundercats, Silverhawks, Gummy Bears, Ducktales.
Man,
Yeah,
the
Transformers.
super good.
Yeah.
Like, whoa! I don't remember that show being all that good, but I did like that theme song.
Yeah. Oh, the Batman animated TV show was amazing. Someone is talking about that. Yeah. That is one of Brave Star. Yes, Brave Star. Yes, My Little. Thank you, Brian. Brian saw My Little Pony theme song. Friendship is magic. I think we all know that friendship is magic. So, Mino, we have a question for you if you want to jump in chat for a minute.
Yes. We would love to have him answer this question.
I had the She-Ra theme song on that. We're watching She-Ra right now.
I remember, oh man, there was one show you mentioned that I was like, I wanted to mention as well. That was really good. Too bad I can't remember. I did like Batman Beyond Night Dark, Full of Terrors. That is a really good one.
Yes.
Oh, I actually did watch the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic movie with Tempest in it or whatever. And I read it as a joke, but the movie's actually pretty good. I've never watched My Little Pony before in my life. I couldn't tell you anything about those ponies before watching the
Me
movie.
neither. I have never
But
watched. I don't know anything about Equestria or Twilight Sparkle
I had
or
no
Rainbow
idea.
Dash or Fluttershy or Rarity
Well, no, I
or
mean, like
Pinkie
I never
Pie.
watched
I don't have
the
any.
show. So I watched the movie as a joke, and I actually really liked it. I didn't have to know anything about these ponies going in, and I wound up coming out with like, wow, that was a better movie experience than I expected. It was honestly a really fun movie to watch.
Yeah, Taco. Of course. Of course, I watched the Legend of Zelda cartoon with the Super Mario Brothers Power Hour.
Yes, I watched that too. I loved it.
Centurions. Yeah. Oh yeah, no. So well, excuse me, princess. Yeah, of course we all love that.
Centurions mentioned. I watched that too. They did a rerun of it at one point, and I watched it then, and I thought that show was
My
so
kids,
cool.
Night is Dark, Full of Terrors is saying, "Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?" My kids are watching the Netflix cartoon of that, and it's pretty good. The modern cartoons that Netflix and DreamWorks are doing, and Disney to some extent too. There's some really quality cartoons. My kids watched the not the most recent Ninja Turtles, but the Nickelodeon Turtles, maybe from I don't know 6-7 years ago. Really really well done. The new She-Ra cartoon is really good. My boys are watching that. They love that. So I've been watching that with them. Really really well done. So
Funny thing about
it's nice.
She-Ra, the new one, that person that did a lot of did the designs. She did a webcomic like back in the day that was really popular, and now I'm trying to remember the name of it. It had these, oh gosh, I wish I could remember the name of it. Noelle Stevenson's her name, I know that, and then like she did this comic, and it was about these two knights, and then this little girl, and it's really good. I can't remember the name of it. No, is it Namina or something like that? Anyway, it's a very different kind of take. She works with like the bad guy who you discover is maybe a little more complicated than at first glance, and him and his rival had a falling out when they were younger. It's just weird. The whole build up to it's really interesting, and I think it's amazing to see somebody who started out in web comics wind up making TV shows. I just think that's so cool.
Yeah, infamous. Night is Dark, Full of Terror says Captain Planet, of course, Captain Planet. And then Infamous Element says, anybody remember a cartoon called David the Gnome? Yeah, David the Gnome. Kind of had a part of it kind of had a Smurf vibe, but yeah, very. I recall the artwork, the animation on David the Gnome being very very good. But yeah, very simpler times, simpler. Yeah, the fox, the big for him, big back. Yeah, Speedy Ultra. You get into Rugrats and Ren and Stimpy, and a lot of good shows. And I'm sure some of you are younger, and there's been some good shows. But yeah, Pokemon. When I was at the gaming store, I was playing Magic, some other CCGs. It was usually the younger kids playing Pokemon. So Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, those were a little bit kind of after my time. I was a little older. A little older from that. J.A. Biker Mice from Mars is not one that I know. Is that a UK exclusive? I'm going to have to look up Biker Mice from Mars.
That's an older one. It was pretty interesting when it was on TV too. I liked it. It wasn't maybe my favorite, but I remember liking it a fair bit. The environment setting was really different. And watching big mice on bikes, I mean, it's pretty cool. Another one that's really funny.
This definitely, this is an American from the early 90s. It definitely looks like one of the Ninja Turtles clones, because there was this after Ninja Turtles became so popular in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. There was the Street Sharks, and there's all these like anthropomorphic characters, right? And so yeah, Biker Mice from Mars. I'm gonna have to watch an episode of Biker Mice. So,
it's interesting. It's a good show. I think it had comics before it was a TV show as well, but don't quote me for sure on that. Another one in that same vein that I found really funny was the Cowboys of Boom Mesa. And in the opening, they're all cows in it, right? But then you see them like riding on horses or something, and it's just so jarring and weird. But it was actually an okay show.
Well, it was executive produced by Stan Lee, Biker Mice from Mars. So, go figure. The show follows 3 anthropomorphic. This was on 3 seasons. Only 65 episodes, though. So, like, Thundercats was on 1 season, but it has like 400 episodes, something where they were just shelling out. Some of those Thundercats episodes did not age well, by the way. 3 anthropomorphic mice motorcyclists named Throtto, Moto, and Vinny, who escape a war on their home planet Mars before arriving to defend. Yeah, this sounds like really, really good reason to buy toys, which is what most of those.
But hey, Mark, I would honestly, it's a pretty fun show. I would recommend it. It's not going to be Ninja Turtles funny or good, but it's pretty solid as a show. I remember liking it quite a lot.
Rescue Rangers, yeah. Yeah, Thundercats, He-Man, Gem. Yeah, Gem and the holograms. Oh, good.
I also watched Gem. I do think the songs are pretty catchy in the show, but it's a little goofy. But hey, on the other side, they did make comics for Gem a few years back. I don't know if they're still doing them. And they were pretty okay from the few I read, from the library and stuff. I didn't mind it. I thought they did a better job with the rival band whose name is escaping my mind right now. I always liked them, even though I knew they were way over the top. And I don't understand how they could do all the crazy crimes they did. And they were clearly caught and didn't go to prison for them. I think there was one time they put a little girl in a freaking suitcase trunk or something. I'm like, why didn't they go to jail for that? And they're just back the next episode like nothing happened. It was great.
Yeah, my favorite. There's some great episodes. I mean, like G.I. Joe's Infamous Elements, talking about G.I. Joe, but there's some really powerful episodes of those shows, and there's some really terrible. Like there's an episode of Thundercats where the main conflict is they come across a freestanding lake of acid. So I won't get into the logistics of a freestanding lake of acid, but it's just as stupid as it sounds. But one of my favorite memories from these shows was the show Mask. I love Mask. I had a lot of the toys. Mobile, armored, something combat. I forget, but combat with a K, because that makes a lot of sense, right? It's mobile, armored, something combat. Strike Command, excuse me. Mobile Armored Strike Command with a K. I knew it was something ridiculous. But there's an entire episode with the guys in Mask. There's women in Mask too, but and they're in their headquarters, and they get a call that the Viper is coming. I'm not making this crap up. And so the entire episode is them preparing. They're preparing the fortress for, and they're downtown in a Stark Tower kind of thing, right? And everything's they have all these weapons and gear, and it's all hidden behind regular things. So it kind of have a Transformer vibe. But yeah, so they're preparing their headquarters for the Viper coming. And the end of the show, they just mixed up the communication that it was the window wiper. It was the guy coming to clean the windows. So it wasn't so they thought it was this, I forget what the enemies were called in Mass. They thought it was this horrible bad guy coming, this assassin, but it just ended up being the guy cleaning the windows. That was the entire show. And that still sticks with me to this day. Sardos is saying, I remember that exact episode. Powerful stuff. That made me a better person. Maybe, but what it reminds you, make sure you have all the information before you go crazy. Oh. Sure. Pirates of Darkwater. Yeah, that was great.
That was a good one. It is such a shame. That was a single season show only. I think it ends on a cliffhanger too. Such a mess. It's sad. I don't think it did really well though on TV. It's kind of got a cult following, I think, nowadays though.
Yeah, a lot of those do. Nostalgia does that for you. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've been. Yeah, we've had some good some good reboots. Like I said, the not the most current Ninja Turtles, but the last animated Ninja Turtles series was really kind of took the best parts of the original cartoon and the comics and the movies and kind of mixed them into something that was really well done. The Star Wars Clone Wars cartoon. We just finished watching the new season, which just came out here a couple months ago. The final season of the Clone Wars, which never got done but finally finished, and it just so well done. Every there are some episodes better than others of Clone Wars, but so well done. And I enjoyed Rebels too, in the Star Wars cartoons. But yeah, like I said, we're watching She-Ra now, and I'm enjoying that. It's good stuff. Fun show. Avatar, of course, that was much later. The Last Airbender. Great show. All right. Well, I think we're all tired and
Yeah.
not feeling good. So I think we're going to call this a short nostalgia trip, our post show tonight. Thank you all. I hope you all have a great day. Go watch some old cartoon. Go watch Biker Mice from Mars, J.A, our wonderful mod, who also has a YouTube channel. Check out J.A, Defo. But yeah, let's all go watch a couple episodes of Biker Mice from Mars and let us know. So, yeah, Pikachu Rebels referenced a lot of stuff. Dave Filoni, of course, in the Star Wars world, and he's working on Mandalorian, and there's lots of Easter eggs in Rebels and Clone Wars and Mandalorian because of Dave Filoni. So, good stuff. All right, everybody, we will talk to you next week.